made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here. I want to apologize to my teammates, my club, Gimka, the fans, and the city of ECAT for my mistake that I made and the embarrassment that I brought onto them.
And that was basketball star Brittney Griner apologizing in court just before she was sentenced to, again, 9 years in a Russian prison. Griner was convicted of bringing vape cartridges containing cannabis oil into that country. And now Russia says it is open to discussing a possible prisoner swap involving Griner and others, including Paul Whelan. Griner in the past was kneeling during the playing of our national anthem and also at times stayed in the locker room during that moment in protest of our criminal justice system. And joining us now to discuss all of this is the former HUD secretary, also neurosurgeon, and founder and chair of the American Cornerstone Institute. There he is, my dear friend, Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Carson, great to have you here with us this morning.
Good morning, Rita. Thanks for having me. It's always great to be with you.
And also wonderful to have you on here. You know, this is so amazing. A Griner sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison for having vaping products. What do you think? I think it's very heavy-handed. Don't you agree?
Of course it is. And, you know, there's so many people, especially a lot of our young people who are down in our country and think that it's pretty horrible. They should spend a little time in some other countries. And you'll see that we still have it pretty good, although we're in the process of losing some of those things if we aren't very vigilant, careful, and willing to stand up for what we believe in, because there's a natural tendency for government to grow, infiltrate, and to dominate. And that's why we have our Constitution, to keep the government under restraint. It's not that people in government are evil, but that's just a natural tendency to want to control everything and control everybody else. And we've done a great job for 250 years, and we need to keep doing that. But sometimes an experience like this, when Brittney Griner gets back, maybe she might be a little more appreciative of the country that she lives in.
I was going to ask you that. Do you think this will be a wake-up call to her and also some of the other athletes, too? I couldn't believe at one point LeBron James, of course, another basketball superstar, basically said, well, maybe she doesn't want to come back to America. I couldn't believe he made that statement. But do you think that there will be maybe an epiphany moment for her and some of these other athletes who realize that America has a really great justice system? We're not perfect, but we're a lot better than Russia and really the rest of the world.
And maybe they can help contribute to continuing to improve the environment here because of some of the experiences they've had with real domination, understanding what we have to lose, and maybe becoming a spokesperson for freedom in our country.
Do you think we'll see that, or is that wishful thinking, Dr. Carson?
I sure hope we see it. You know, the Americans are a little different than most people around the world. And we really enjoy being able to live the life that we want. I mean, it's embedded with our founding document, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if we forget that, then we're gone. And if we're gone, the rest of the world is gone too. And I don't think we're gone.
I don't think so either. I still think we're an incredible beacon. I want to ask you, too, about her situation in particular, Dr. Carson, because now there's this talk. We know that the foreign minister of Russia, Lavrov, Sergei Lavrov, has basically said they are open to now dialogue, now that she's been sentenced. He said it publicly. Do you think, though, that sadly the U.S. has lost some leverage? Even though I agree with you that we're the greatest country in the world, but do you think this president has maybe lost some of the leverage in a bargaining, say, a prisoner swap?
Well, sadly, we're perceived as being weak now and as not having any firm foreign policy. You know, it kind of started with the Afghanistan thing and continued with Ukraine, with Iran, with almost everything that we touch. It's problematic, and it's going to result in even more problems because the rest of the world is looking, and they're saying the United States is perhaps not as strong right now as they have been. maybe some of the things that we were thinking about doing, but we didn't do because we were intimidated by the United States, maybe we can do those things now. That's a problem. And we need to really concentrate. This needs to be a bipartisan effort. Partisanship is going to destroy this nation. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Somehow we've got to get by it. We have to have leadership that encourages everybody to work together, to understand that we, the American people, are not each other's enemies, but those who want to really destroy our country or to fundamentally change it have to make us into enemies.
1,000%. We have to work together for the greater good, and the good that is America, this great country, as you know all too well. And your life story embodies it too, Dr. Carson. On another topic, to this sort of, as we've been talking about, a bit of the woke agenda, ESPN analyst Jalen Rose has now been receiving some backlash for his comments saying that Mount Rushmore should be canceled because it's on native land. Your thoughts about this, and where do we draw the line on this stuff, and is it ever going to end?
Well, you'll have to excuse me if I'm not offended by George Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt's face carved in stone. We've had some tremendous presidents, and we have a tremendous history. Has it all been perfect? Of course it has not been perfect because we're inhabited by human beings. But it's been much better than virtually any place else, and it can continue to improve. And this wokeism is absolutely antithetical to the values and principles of our nation. Our history, and anyone's history, gives them their identity, and their identity gives them the foundation for their belief system. So if you destroy that, you become like a leaf blowing in the wind, so easily manipulated. And that's one of the very reasons that whenever ISIS goes into a place, first thing they do is destroy the history. And then you have people who are very malleable, and you can make them into anything that you want. That is not who we are. We have a rich history, a wonderful history, and a lot more good than bad, quite frankly. I'm not denying that we've had bad things, but every place inhabited by human beings has bad things. Let's move on and build on the good things that have happened, because I've been to 68 countries, I've lived overseas. There is no place that even begins to compare with this country. This is the only country that has a dream, the American dream. No other country has a dream. Think about that.
1,000%. And Dr. Carson, I'm a first-generation American, and when my parents came on the Queen Mary, my father said he kissed the ground when they came into New York Harbor because he couldn't believe that he was actually coming to America and what America represents to the world. And thank you for all you do and for your great perspective on these really important topics. Thank you, Dr. Carson.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rita. Thanks for being a patriot.
Oh, you too, my friend. Thank you so much.
Hey, guys, it's Rob Carson. With inflation at its highest level in 40 years and interest rates skyrocketing, your retirement plans are in danger. Well, our friends at American Hartford Gold can help show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Yeah. If you call them right now, they have a special offer. They will give you a free gold coin on your first qualifying order. So don't wait. Call now. Here's the number, 866-935-4309. That's 866-935-4309, or text Newsmax to 65532. That's Newsmax to 65532. Thank you.